Hi everyone, it's Jerry. I'm on leechess.org and I'm playing a 15-2 game against Chess Good. Okay, let's go with d5. See what we get by white. Maybe a Catalan. Knight f3, e6. Sometimes when this pawn is on... okay. I was going to say with d4, sometimes it's better to first play c5 prior to bishop moving. In the event of a capture, you could recapture in one move, but okay, white is going with d3. So maybe some King's Indian attack setup. Okay, well, I think this is a good start. I could even consider playing e5, but I think with such an early d3, they're pretty much going to allow black to set up a pawn trio. So I don't think that there's any rush with e5. c6, or c5, knight c6, and then e5, I think is a good approach. Let's get that c pawn contributing, and then tuck the knight in right behind him, and then go from there. Okay, that's slightly mysterious to see knight c3. Okay, well, it stays clear of the dark square bishop, that's true. But white does run the risk of some advance with tempo, space gainer move. Alright, I don't see any reason not to just develop here. I don't think it's worthwhile to give this knight a kick right away. Yeah, let's just develop. Are they going to play e5? Okay, or e4, I should say, yes. So on e4, I guess knight to e2, and then the game will turn. It'll be played in a way where I play on the queen side because I'll have a space advantage on the queen side. And then white will be going for this natural f4. That will need some prep work, however. d4. I have to be a bit careful of a too early a move f4 because of knight g4, maybe into e3. But first things first, d5 is hit 3 times. I don't think I gain anything by capturing, so let's grab some space. And let's see where the knight goes. Will he go into d5? No. Alright, well, I'm pretty sure this is the follow-up. Yeah, let's go. Pawn in the center, 4th rank. Space advantage. I'm not quite sure where the dark square bishop belongs. I was mentioning that maybe this move was needed prior to f4 because of knight g4. Can I really take advantage of this square? It is a hole in the white position. I already have pawn support for it. I'd really like to have dark square bishops exchanged and then throw my knight in here. Be a beast. Well, I'm leaning more towards bishop here, anticipating pressure against e5. This knight will be going here soon enough. What other move is there to consider? Yeah, I think this is a very important square, e5, because I'm not going to be able to maintain a pawn here. I can't move my f-pawn, so it's important that I maintain control over e5 with the piece. So let's get him here. And the reason for this is so that make sure we keep this light square bishop under control. If this pawn is allowed to move, then you have to contend with this bishop. Okay. I wonder if I could play knight g4 right now. Knight g4, h3, I'd throw my knight in there. I don't know. Not quite sure. This is something that I think will happen soon. Knight f4 into d5. I want to stay clear of capturing on f4. And, you know, for as long as this tension remains, I have to be a little bit concerned about maybe white pushing, grabbing some kingside space, and then squeezing me on the kingside. I was thinking for a moment about bishop g4, but I don't know if I'm so willing to give up my light square bishop. Queen c7, maybe? Maybe queen c7. Yeah, let's go with queen c7. Still just not sure. I'm going to have to make another move because I'm pretty sure they're going to go with the natural development, or the castling. So, Okay. If I castle, I'm actually really a bit nervous of this f5 push. If I play knight h5, what are they going to do? On knight h5, they'll probably take and then just jump the knight in here. Also, now with my queen on c7, this knight, when it hits here, it'll be with tempo if I don't have a piece that could immediately take it out. Maybe I could consider bishop g4, and on h3, bishop to d7. Or, you know what, maybe first h6. I think I'm looking to castle queenside, actually. I'm going to kind of make a waiting move. I'm not so sure here. I wonder if I could have approached the opening phase just a little bit different. It feels a little bit uncomfortable and quite natural for white now. Just easy play. I'm working with a space advantage, but I don't know. They're going to have play for their rook in just a blink. So we'll see. I think I should stay away from capturing on f4. So, and how are they to move forward? I think eventually they just have to commit. Okay, that's a very, very big decision. A very, very big decision. So they close the center. Well, they release the tension on e5. So they're looking to come at me on the king side. So fortunately, my king is not there. And this move now is quite useful because this is the direction they go in, and for when g5 hits, at least I can say my rook on h will play. So let's get rolling here. I believe bishop d7, queenside castle. I don't think that it's worthwhile to invest the time with b6, bishop b7. I think just go with a quick bishop d7 and queenside castle. In the meantime, this is the next pawn move I have to be on the lookout for, these two moves. Okay, a3. a3 really doesn't scare me. I have this covered so much. Okay, it may be the case that they play c4. I'm pretty sure I know where my king belongs now. They may play c4, and maybe I don't take. Maybe I actually do something like this, rook to b8, and then look for a b5 break. king being on a8, this bishop's eyes might start to widen some tactical opportunities. So, okay, this is a big moment again. My rook is opposite their queen. Are there any tricks? I don't think capturing is a good idea. This knight is going to reroute to c4. Let's start with this. Let's see if they take on d4. Maybe that's their idea, to take on d4 and then play b4. Opposite sides castling. Time will be a big factor. Time on chessboard itself and probably the clock. So on takes, am I welcome to one-piece exchange? I'm playing with a space advantage. Normally you'd shy away from that, but maybe I'm okay with it. Alright, let's get some faster moves in here. Let's start with queen b6 and play c4. Wait a second. This is a big moment. Yeah, this is a very big moment. I think I need to be very accurate here. I think I play c4. c4 takes, pawn takes, Pac-Man mode. c4, pawn takes, I can consider a push, and then maybe takes here. I can't calculate it all, but I think I'm going to roll the dice some. At least my king is off this file for when or if the c file opens up. And maybe I could take advantage of the fact that the king is still on this open diagonal. Maybe my bishop or queen, without my pawn on c5, can make use of that king's position. So let's open stuff up. It's only a slight development lead that I have here, and I like this c4 move, I believe, in large part because after this bishop move it masks the queen, so this point is a bit sensitive. So let's see. Yeah, this bishop here or queen here at some stage. I don't know if I would want to go pawn hunting. I don't want to see this pawn. I want to keep the b pawn, white's b pawn, on board. Otherwise I'm dealing with some file pressure against my king. So what am I doing on takes? Suppose d takes c. Would I take here or push? I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I may end up losing a pawn, but I could maybe grab the bishop pair. Maybe take advantage of this queen being opposite my rook. It's one of these, intuitive moves. I can't calculate it all, but just kind of weighing the pros and cons. This was clearly factoring into my decision here. I'm not quite sure how I could make use of it or if, but we'll see. Suppose c takes d. I'm taking here. I think they have to do that. Okay. So now what? d3. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to play d3. Yep, let's go for it. d3, bishop c5, knight g4. That could really start to be a pain, no? This knight, he only has one square, so I'm not sure what the delay is. Knight here. If I do a check, king in the corner, knight g4, knight takes pawn, that covers f2, so there is no fork. However, if I take the pawn and knight takes here, I could take the bishop, and if queen takes, I push with a fork. So on knight takes pawn, knight takes pawn. Knight takes bishop, knight takes would be the move. I could also consider taking the pawn and then not taking the bishop, but instead retreating my knight, preparing e4. I'm a bit hesitant to start with this because when the knight takes, he's going to be striking at my bishop. Well, I think I need to grab this guy. Let's do that. Yep, let's see. Are they going to do something like this? My knight is unprotected on e4. It's turned quite tactical. I'm sure there will be an improvement in the opening, for me, at least. Let's see. Knight takes d3. Not sure what there is, what else there is to consider here for white. Okay, they are going for that, so they're trying to take advantage of my knight being unprotected. Okay, so in other words, if I take the bishop, they're going to do what exactly? I think they just blundered. Yeah, they just blundered. You see the move here? If I take the knight, they just take this knight back, but I could give this check, and after the king moves, I could take with the queen, and I'm defending the knight. They could pile up on it, but I could also take here and defend it. Is there something else? I mean, the other thing is actually bishop c5 and knight f2 right away. This must be right. Let's give it a shot. King in the corner. Oh, you know what? If the rook plays here to try and pin, I could just move the knight into f2. Or is their idea after queen takes knight, knight here? Hitting two pieces. If I take the bishop, they take one of these two with check. And then recapture. Let's see. Oh, I can't take the knight. It'd be a pin. Oh. Okay. Glad I spotted that. Okay. Well, I'm down a pawn, but I have a passed pawn. I'm leaning now more towards knight takes bishop. Yeah, I think I need to go with that. Knight f2, rook takes, bishop takes. This here is going to get some material back, I believe, so let's get rid of that. Taking with the rook. And I don't want to allow this pawn to be captured so easily. Knight here is crying out to be played. Yeah, let's do it. Knight g4, knight takes c4, hitting the queen. I'm defending this pawn. They might try something like b4, although I'll scoop that pawn up, hit the queen, and then I could retreat on knight takes b4 if I'm just, well, let's say on b4 if I retreat, the door gets slammed on my bishop with c5. What are they going to do about this? Knight takes c4, pretty strong, with tempo. Where does this rook belong? Oof. Not see that. I think I need to undermine that bishop. It's too strong. Huh. Okay. Hmm. That's an interesting move. Um. Huh. Do I have to play knight g4 into e3 and get the bishop that way? Well, let's try it. Wow. Yeah, I totally overlooked that bishop to d5 move. Connecting, yeah, focusing on this intersection square. Let's c4 pawn. Yeah, I gotta remove him. You know, their king is the more vulnerable of the two, so even if I'm down material, and currently I am down one pawn, soon to be two, but I believe I'll be getting one back, and there's still some potential issue for white. Tactically, the rook is still opposite the queen. Their king is exposed, and all the more vulnerable without their light square bishop. So I haven't been very good at predicting my opponent's moves up until this point, so gotta be on my toes. Knight to e3. Suppose rook here. Could be strong. Yeah, that could be real strong. I wonder if maybe b5 then. I have this move as well. I was talking about knight here, but what about bishop here at some stage? Maybe even queen takes pawn. No, queen takes pawn, knight f2. You know, even in situations like that, they can maybe give up the exchange and they have at least two pawns for it. Alrighty. On b4, what would I do? b4, queen here. Queen takes pawn, and then I have this. It's good to know. But he's a monster. Okay. Okay. I think I gotta make a move soon. They're gonna take my bishop, queen takes. I don't think I have anything here. Okay. Let's try this. I may end up in a pin, actually. Yeah, I may have just blundered here. With knight takes bishop, queen takes, queen f2. I think I'm in very rough shape then. What? I'm just getting a message here that says the other player may have left the game. You can claim victory, call the game a draw, or wait. What a moment. I'm gonna wait. I had my moment. I could have claimed victory. Well, what a great feeling it would have been too, right? Oh, that was my last chance to maybe win this game. Claim victory. Yeah, I think I'm busted here. Knight takes bishop, queen takes. Because this another in-between move with check. Yeah. So now how am I getting out of this pin? Well, maybe I have a sneaky move. Yeah, because I am on their rook still. He can't go here. If queen f2, I believe queen here. Threatening. Knight takes rook. And if the rook moves, I have knight takes bishop, hitting the queen who's unprotected. And if queen takes queen, I take this. Take the queen with my knight. Follow that? I think I'm getting the pawn back. We're going to see. Rook here. Maybe pretty natural. I'd like to keep the queens on the board. They have the more vulnerable king. So if rook here, I'm going to take and then take with the rook. They have a check. That's not fun. I'll have to go here, and I'll still need a flight square. This will be the flight square that I try to get in. Would they do an in-betweener? b4, I could take the rook, because I'm on their queen. We'll see. Knight takes here. I don't know about that. I have to be careful. I have an exposed king as well. Five minutes. They're going with that. Thought you might do that. I think I have to do this. So now, if the rook moves, it's a blunder. So I think I'm getting the exchange now. Also, the knight, when it takes here, it covers f4. Maybe they're going to give that check first. I guess then king in the corner. And then finally, maybe I could get rid of this pesky minor piece. Good grief. What a pain. They could easily blunder here. Rook here, knight takes bishop. So I think I'm going to get the exchange. So we'll be playing with that imbalance. Queen f4 check, king here. Yeah, let's do it, man. You got 17 seconds. Okay, yeah, I still need that flight square. Can't go here. Covering this. I'm in a pin here. So if at some point this pawn has pressure on it, I might have to be careful. I don't see how I get rid of this bishop. Might have to work around him. Focus on the e-file. Yeah, I think that's the avenue. That's the approach to take. If we enter this imbalance, me having the rook and them having the bishop and two pawns. Yeah, that's what it is. So, some other move that I'm missing here. My rook is unprotected. I don't see how it could be attacked here. Are they going to allow me to take the rook, or are they going to play here? And, yeah, okay. So, let's take that guy out. Okay. Back rank. I have covered for the moment. Also, now that that light square bishop is gone, maybe I could think about occupying it with my queen. They're really quick to challenge my rook. I'm on the b2 pawn. I might take it. Yeah, I might grab that pawn. So rook here, I might go ahead and grab that b2 pawn. Why not, actually? For the moment, my back rank is covered. If they threaten mate, then I could do this. In the middle game position, I was more hesitant to maybe grab that b pawn, but in this heavy piece ending, it's a much different story. Okay. I could do this. Queen takes, rook takes. I could return here. I have control over d8. Also, this prevents their rook from entering. And very soon, I hope, to get this a6 move in. It's making me nervous, not having a flight square for my king. Must be said. So they're still not playing without their rook. They're at about the 2-minute mark. Who's going to slip? If the queen leaves this diagonal, queen c6 should be pretty strong. Like if queen here, I could consider this. Nope, because actually, yeah, I could. Queen c6 here no longer has pressure on this. I want that flight square in really soon. Could also consider getting to this second rank. It's time for a flight square. I'm feeling better now. Much better. Can I take that pawn? Rook b1 and then c4? Probably do something else. I don't know if I want to take that b pawn. How about queen here? Looking to pick up a pawn. Wow. Okay. That was too close. Also, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing with this move. They're going to play b5 to close it up. c4, I go here. Working with 4 seconds. Time is catching up, though. Alrighty. If these pawns get too close to my king, I may be the one who's trying to get the queens off the board. Gotta keep that closed. Maybe sneak my king up. Queens off the board, my king could be really strong. Let's say on the c5 square. To be careful of this pawn advance. Wow. Let's hit the queen. Hitting c4. Queen there, huh? Alright, well, here's the plan. Get your king up really soon. And then get your rooks to the second rank. I'm doing this so they don't have this move. Okay, I think they're in trouble. I have at least a draw. They're at 10 seconds now. This rook here. Perpetual. Oh, they have that move. I gotta hunt him down. Yeah, I gotta hunt this pawn down. Okay. You had to be careful. They were ready to get to the second. My second. I'm threatening mate. Oof. Now I'm ready to take this pawn and defend b. Oh, man. I think they missed that I have the b pawn covered. Now I got the pigs. First strike. They just fell for mate. They had to go to the corner. Oh, man. That was an ugly game. That was really ugly. Yeah. Alright, good game. Let me go back to this. I don't think I played the opening well. Yeah. I don't know. That e4 move came too easily. And the play was, I don't know, it just seemed too easy for white. Playing with f4, knight f3, the open f file, and I think they were maybe too quick to push f5. Let me just put it on the board here. Yeah. I don't know, maybe it'll be saying evenish. Yeah, okay, it's evenish, but I don't know. This is an uncomfortable moment for me. I don't like playing h6. What is the graph saying? Wow. It's fine. Oh, I guess I had something good here, huh? Knight takes e5 is a blunder, but I did not take advantage of it. Bishop check. And what is it saying? Just move up. Oh, let me put the arrows on here. There we go. Queen to b6. -2. What am I missing here? Knight takes knight. Bishop takes knight. And then bishop here. Okay. Yeah, so I could play this position with still 2 minor pieces on the board. The queen's still on board, and against their open king This pawn is tough to hunt down. In the how it played out, they got this pawn right back, and that heavy piece ending, yeah, I could have done better. But keeping some pieces on the board is maybe one of the ideas behind going for this variation here. I was maybe too fixated on just not capturing this knight anymore. Bishop here. But allowing the knight to just be taken back and then get rid of his White's most valuable minor piece. Slide square bishop. Okay, yeah, this is big trouble now. Oh, that's the other idea. Just to scoop up that c pawn. This would have been much more clean, huh? Much more clean. That's not even the right thing to say. Okay, well, when things did get tactical, does I like that c4 move? King here. Oh, okay. Well, I'm happy about this. This is maybe the only thing I'm happy about, is that this is the right idea here, the c4 move. But let me just look at the opening a bit more. Is there really any issue with playing c5? And I guess this is okay. Bishop there, reinforce e5. That's the most important square. Queen c7 wants to take. You see, this is where I would not be so quick to trust the computer with this castles. And this isn't just like, oh, don't trust the engine here. Stockfish is more reliable type. I could even see like Stockfish or, like a really strong engine suggesting this. And maybe it's defendable, against this possibility of f5 and then g5, but computer could not accurately assess that this type of a closed position. So yeah, I'd hold off on castling kingside. That's why I went with a more flexible queen c7. I'm not quite sure where my bishop belongs, and I thought, why not go here to reinforce e5 some more? I guess it's fine. Doesn't like h3. Wants to go with castles again. Or it doesn't like h6. It's not bad, but there. Okay, it does not like this closing up idea. It still wants to go kingside. It's just not happening. Bishop d7. No, I'm not going kingside. This is too much. I don't know. Like, just to maybe highlight, if I'm going kingside, this is what I'm fearful of. g4. I go here. And look what's happening over here. Actually, I don't even know if, I'm leaning more towards like, I don't know. I was thinking for a moment about h4 and then g5, but okay, let's just go with g5 right away. This is a bit scary, no? Like king here, rook g1. That seems like a pretty dangerous attack. And I'm constantly having to work around this this pawn that has great depth, space advantage that white has. I don't know. Yeah, it's saying negative 0.5, but that's too scary. I don't know. I don't think it's... Steer clear of that. Stay clear of these positions. It's just too much to deal with. So I had it in my mind to castle queenside because of this idea. So what could white have done better? Instead of pushing, they should maintain this tension. Keep me guessing some more. c3. They did go c3, so they should do it right now and still keep this tension. Keep me guessing. Capture, push, we don't know. I don't know. So, okay, they pushed right away. Went queenside. Bishop d2. They want to take first and then play b5. Yep. That's a better approach for white. But instead they played bishop d2, and this gave me a moment to play c4. That's tough. And with takes, and now there's an advantage here with d3. The other option to take here, I'm taking here. I'm on the knight, taking the rook. Yeah, and again, this diagonal will factor in somehow. So I went with d3. Knight takes. So what they should have guarded this diagonal. I had my moment here to find a winning continuation. I didn't come up with it. I took there. Man, why didn't I just take that knight? I'm even on this pawn here. Silly. So that throws away the advantage. Again, I could take here. They take there. And here. He still lives, and they're robbed of their most valuable minor piece. Maybe just call it the most valuable piece, the most important piece. He's the best defender for their vulnerable king. That's as far as I had to take it. I don't have to calculate any deeper. It's just understanding that position, that resulting position. Takes, and then this is my opportunity to exchange light square bishops. It's the only thing that I really had to look into. Right? I only had to view it like that, and that would have been sufficient for me to go with that variation. I wouldn't have had to calculate anything further. Okay, so I went with this. Now it's even. Knight e5, bishop there, strong. It doesn't like knight g4. Yeah, this is where white now starts to be the better side by a pawn. Almost 2 points. The best part. Okay. With knight g4, what is it? Let's go with this. And on this move, we have this. Getting the knight. Okay. Then with knight g4. Knight e3, takes, queen f2, strong move. Queen b6. Yeah, if they're moving the rook, this is what I was pointing out. I get to take, and on queen takes, there's this. So they saw that. Got off at this diagonal, they gave a check. Oh. Huh. So focused on just getting that bishop out of here. I have a fork on c2. Missed a lot of tactics. And I think towards the end here I could have done something a bit better. a5, okay. Still pretty even. Not now, though. They have a pawn advantage. Yeah, they have to be a bit careful. Because of this structure, you know? King safety. For as long as both rooks still remain on board, it's still tactical. One rook, it's technical, and now I'm officially lost. This pawn is too dangerous. Get to the second. Yeah, you know, I think I was really close to losing on time right around here. If I just go with the doubling, they take the pawn, and they're defending the only threat I have here. So, yeah. Went with this. And then here. I want to keep this guy here in case the rook leaves to attack here. I get mate. This is still a very tricky ending. Very tricky. Yeah, now I'm probably just the better side here because the rooks. Yeah. More defensive move. Rook here, and then it's a big race. Yeah, now it's a really big race. If we have the rooks exchanged, who's going to be faster? I don't know. That's a really tough call. Yeah, that's a coin flip, especially with how much time was remaining for both of us. Looked out in the end there. Get the pigs on the second there. And in the final position, I know they fell for a mate and won. But king here, how are we looking? We get pushing. Yeah, he's really fast, isn't he? And I have really strong rooks. Up and down game. Plenty of mistakes in this one for sure. But I can't have it. Can't have it always clean. That's for sure. Anyhow, feel free to leave any feedback to this video in the comments section below. And as usual, I hope you got something out of it. That's all for now. Take care. Bye.